Yeah, I think Partners in Learning has offered us, in our school, and me in particular, I suppose, just starting to learn how to use it, lots of new opportunities. I suppose, firstly, we've been able to communicate better with each other in the school. So collegiately, it's helped us. We would have had a lot of memory sticks, a lot of hard drives floating around, with a lot of really well-crafted resources that teachers would spend a lot of time on. And they weren't being shared, and they weren't being kept, you know, and they weren't being passed down. So using the SkyDrive alone has very much changed how we communicate as a department. 2 departments, both English and in history. I suppose with the kids, the best thing as a teacher that I find with the Partners in Learning is using the web apps. The children are able to access anything, regardless of what quality or grade a programme they have at home. They're able to see what we're using, whether it be a PowerPoint, whether it be a document that's in a version of Word that's higher than what they have at home. That's invaluable. It saves on photocopying, it saves on repetitively handing out the same pieces of paper. The kids are able to access it regardless of their resources and their situation at home, once they have some sort of a PC that they can get to. Very interested in using ICT in the classroom, so I suppose any opportunity that you can get to share resources, whether it be with your colleagues or whether it be with the kids, offers us a great idea. But more importantly, I suppose for myself personally, I'm finding that I'm learning a lot from it, because with the tutorials that are based in it, if I have an interest in something, I can go and I can do it myself at home. So instead of waiting for a CPD, continual professional development course, to come up on something, I can actively and independently do it myself. I can go home and I can say, right, I'm using blogs, I want to look at how to integrate quizzes, and that's one of the things that we were looking at with the junior certs, that we create quizzes online that they could use for revision. You know, I can teach myself that first, and then come in and depart that and disseminate it to the rest of them. So it offers you an autonomy of learning with ICT, because it can be quite scary when you're going to these courses and these in-services and you're sitting there, you know, and you're not sure what you're doing, and you're not sure if you've got a 10-year gap of knowledge in a generation of what's happening. To have the comfort to be able to sit at home with it, you know, and watch tutorials and share resources with other teachers, it's a gift. Yeah, I suppose as a teacher you can find in-services quite daunting sometimes, especially around ICT. And I suppose you look at the generation you're teaching and they know so much more about these things than you do. You know, or that's how it seems. That's the fallacy that's created in your head. Being able to use Partners in Learning at home and using the online resources that are there, for me, professionally, to learn how to do something is a gift. It means I'm not placing myself in a situation where I'm waiting, hopefully, that these elements will be provided through CPD, through the school or through any of the centres that we're affiliated to. It means that I can autonomously do it myself, that I can work and learn at my own pace, whether that be slow if I need to on some things, or fast and quick, I've got the hang of it, move on with others. I'm not regimented by the lists that go up on the staff room board of things that are going to be happening. I can decide what I want to integrate into my classes with my students, and more importantly, what's suitable for my students, because you go to in-services a lot of the time, you go to these courses, you know, and it's not all relevant to you, whereas I can really focus on what I need and I want from my students. I can learn it and then I can give it to them. I suppose to begin with, we have been taking baby steps. We've developed our own little microcosm of organisation here in the school, which is where we needed to start. And if we can do that, I think then we can move it out. But sharing resources just interdepartmentally, even within each department. Like my example, in the English department, when I took over, I was just handed a press of books and copies. You know, it was just, they're yours, best of luck. You know, that was a number of years ago. Now I have a SkyDrive. And on that SkyDrive are all the resources that I've garnished and created myself, and the students have created also, as well as the other teachers from the English department uploading theirs to it too. Which means that we're now building up a proper bank of resources that has longevity and has more accessibility to everybody in any room once they've got a plug socket, and any child once they've got a plug socket and some sort of technology at home. So the idea that resources were once locked in presses, you know, and not even organised is gone. And the idea of memory sticks and USB, you know, flying all over the place has also been eliminated. It's just made everything very clean. And I suppose in our own creations with ICT in the classroom, one of the things that the kids have thrived on is blogging. They love it. And the one thing they love about it is the element of communication with other students. That's the key for them. So, for example, our 6th years set up a blog for one of their novels that they were studying. And they did quite a comprehensive blog on it. They were integrating all sorts of elements and different technologies, podcasts, videos, the whole lot. But the point of the fact that they could share that, and then that other students around the country were leaving comments for them. Thank you very much, this was really helpful. Could you help us with a different section next time? It gives autonomy to the students if they're able to share their information. I can give them homework and they can upload it to me. They're more inclined to do that than write it, and that's a fact. You know, and the child that's always hiding away from the pen and paper will pick up the laptop quicker. Simple as.